Okay, so. Ooh, let's try and do. Welcome to Ask the Conch.
As a kid.
Basement podcast. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I don't even have this open. Oh, so what I want to tell you about Sims. So, because we were having computer issues, and then we got that all figured out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're missing our Sundays.
yeah, I know. I haven't been able to stream my Sims at all. It's been kind of a bummer. But so like I've been able to actually play, and lots of crazy stuff happened. My old family that I literally ditched because it was just too much. Like they had triplets, and then like she was literally breastfeeding and like was pregnant with twins, and I was like,
too many babies, I'm out.
I was like, there's no way. So I just dipped, and I made a new family, and I play with mods and stuff, so like all the crazy stuff happens. And literally last 2 nights I played for like not even that long. And the first night, my character had a baby with his wife who was super abusive. And then as soon as she had the baby, she died a cardiac explosion of anger.
So pissed my heart.
I don't know why she was so mad. And then the next day, last night, my teen son got 2 girls pregnant and then got killed by a fucking meteorite.
Blow the fuck up.
Both these girls are still damn kids. They're still pregnant, but it's like crazy. I literally
teenage son. Oh my god.
And then right after he died, I got a notification that was like, he needs to go to the eye doctor, and I'm like, his eyes are ffine. Like
clearly his eyes are fine. He's dead.
It's the last thing I need to worry about is his eyes right now. So it was ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it.
But he's dead.
Yeah, well, and then like
that's adorable though. They give you little doctor's notes. Like, hey,
so it's kind of actually it's been a pretty crazy storyline that I've made because like his crazy ex, well, they were trying to get a divorce. Really, he tried to divorce her and then she exploded.
Then her heart exploded.
There's some there's some Sims Reddit stuff too, and sometimes it gets mixed into my feed, and I'm like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" And then I'm like, "Oh, it's Sims."
Makes much more sense.
Yeah, like one time it was like this lady was like, she was like, "I just like Derek so much, I just locked him in my basement," and I'm like, and then it's like, am I the asshole Sims? I'm like, oh, okay, makes sense.
Oh, I'm just in the basement.
So honestly, okay, I have pulled a lot. I'm gonna actually, man, there's been
juice it wants.
Well, yes, and I feel like yes and no. So also, I think I've just been getting mixed in today because like I listened to pretty much only Reddit stories while I was at work. So we did that one and the gym one. So this one is under relationship advice. Honestly, this one is probably not gonna be great. It's got a pretty not so hot title, so
let's start it out with a bang.
Yeah. I do have a funny one somewhere that I'll pull up towards the end that when I read it I was laughing really, really hard, and I think you'll probably laugh too, so we can finish off with something nice. But my female 59 son, male 34, is the one responsible for my granddaughter's female 1 death. I have no idea how to deal with this and move on with my family.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
Joke total was woo. Ooh.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip this first edit for a second because it kind of uncovers some things. So this is not about my daughter, but his niece. I have 2 kids. My daughter's daughter passed away due to my son's stupidity. My son Andrew marries Alexis 8 years ago. I am by no means a monster-in-law. I never have been, but Alexis is a nightmare. She is an anti-science, pro-Facebook science.
What is that?
Interesting. She is awfully entitled and is sinking all their savings into some MLM scheme.
Pyramid scheme bullshit.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one is, but as such, they decided not to vaccinate their kids. They have a son, male 10, and a daughter, female 6. A month ago, my daughter Jenny came over with her baby to pick up some of her old things. She decided to stay for coffee and cake. Andrew and Alexis moved right across from us after the lockdown lifted. My husband and I assume it's because they were planning on using us as free childcare.
Oh.
Wow. Anyway, as Jenny was over, Alexis rang the doorbell. Before I could even say hello, her kids came spilling in. They are nice kids, somewhat bratty, but they do have a heart of gold. I love them so much, but because of them not being vaccinated, I don't like having them around the same time as babies. I try to keep things calm, but the kids ran upstairs to where Jenny's baby was sleeping and were cuddling with her. I managed to get them to come down, but they had to be with the baby for a few minutes. Fast forward a few days, Jenny calls me in tears, telling me her and her fiance are in the hospital because their baby had a high fever and couldn't breathe properly. My husband and I hurried over there, and then we spent the most excruciating 17 hours in the hospital that sadly ended with my granddaughter passing away. She had apparently caught whooping cough, and her little lungs couldn't handle it. My daughter is absolutely destroyed. I had a stinging suspicion and called my son. I asked him if his kids had been sick. He said that they had a nasty cough and a little fever, but that they had managed. I don't know what happened. I lost it. I started breathing heavy and crying hard and couldn't say much but to say that his niece died because of him. He had been calling me and his sister, and we haven't picked up. He has come over multiple times, and I have not opened. I tried to calm down and tell myself that it's probably that she caught it from someone else, that my daughter hadn't taken it, or only that my daughter hadn't taken out granddaughter to places for kids for almost a month, maybe at a supermarket or on a walk. But my husband pointed out that it was likely she caught it through close contact, and it's possible to catch it outside, but not as likely. I feel so mad, so angry. I don't know what to do. I live with my other grandkids, or I think that's what to say. I love my other grandkids, and I feel like they're going to suffer with them as parents. How will we go forward? Jenny is never going to forgive Andrew, and I don't know if I can. My son didn't vaccinate his kids. They gave my daughter's daughter whooping cough, and my granddaughter died as a result of this. I don't know how to proceed in life. And then the edit says, to clarify, my granddaughter was compromised. She had already had a condition that rendered it impossible for her to get her shots, which is why my daughter was so careful and didn't expose her baby to more than park air and took heavy precautions if they had to go to closed spaces with her. Yeah, so... yeah, that's crazy. So, I don't know.
I'm so mad for her.
Yeah, I don't know how many like babies you have like in your family like right now, I guess, but like so like one, we've got two
pretty grown, but
yeah, we've got
super careful. I didn't get to see my nephew till he was 3 months old because of precautions.
Yeah, well, so like Crew was born in the middle of COVID. Like nobody was allowed in the hospital. Like, so there was only one person allowed in the hospital with Bailey, and that was it. And then there was a lot of complications that happened, so he was like in the NICU for a little while. And like I think when we got to meet him, he was probably like she let us meet him when he was probably only like 3 weeks old, but like everybody was like masked up, and like, I mean, we had already been vaccinated too on top of that, because that was like a big thing. It was right, like clean, just like make sure washed, like that. You're not kissing on that was a big one, don't care, like he might be my nephew, but I'm not giving him no kisses and stuff, because
especially all those petri dishes of kids begin with, and these children weren't vaccinated at all, so they're just carrying all the goods, whooping cough.
Yeah, and like
it's such a killer. Oh my gosh.
So, and like there are things like I mean, I've heard stories of like polio is like coming back because people just like aren't vaccinated.
Like crazy shit.
Yeah, like so Brett's a carrier for tuberculosis. Actually, surprise.
One of my brothers, the reason why I can't donate blood, or something happened, or it popped up on the test. It might have been a false even. They're like, nope, you're in the system now. It's like, how did that even happen?
It doesn't take very much though to If you're talking about BioLife,
Yeah, that was.
oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
They're putting me through the ringer, just trying to get me to. I just want to
My
donate,
iron was
man.
too low one time, and they were like,
Well,
"Sorry."
and now, dude,
Maybe try again in 10 years.
I'm having so many issues now because it's so ridiculous. They're really. I mean, I'm like, I guess I'm glad because they're making sure that like people are mentally capable of what they got to do. But because I had bipolar disorder on my record, I had to like get all that figured out. And then I had surgery, and they're like, well, you take too much estrogen. And I'm like, well, I don't have a uterus. And they're like, oh, we still need doctors though. And then they're like, it's so like the last time I'm in there, and it's like the last 3 times I'm in there, it's for a note to my doctor. And then like,
here's another note.
And they're like, well, we just need to figure out why you're on this. And like, you know that you can get blood clots on a high dose of this. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't really care because I don't have fucking ovaries. So like I don't have anything that's giving me all that stuff.
You have to explain yourself over and over again, all these different irrelevant, not even
yeah, like it's so stupid. So man, yeah. So how do you deal with it? Oh man, yeah, because then you have to like, I wouldn't want to. How do you talk?
I would not be able to face that. And that's your son.
Yeah. Oh, I just like punched my mic. Sorry.
Hello. That was a mic check.
So yeah.
Check out the goods.
I don't even know because like I would want to not want. I feel like I would want to not talk to my son.
And it's not.
I don't know. I don't have kids.
You're on totally different, opposite spectrums. From an anti-vax to, oh my gosh. And then to lose the kid.
I feel like
having those hard feelings, knowing how something's so easy preventative.
I feel like the best thing that you could have done is threw them right under the bus right away. Like as soon as everybody starts running through the house, just go, oh no, your kids are not vaccinated. You should leave with your baby right now. Like
yeah, like, even with the kids being back, I remember I was like, hold on, the Lysol spraying them, and like, I'm going to disinfect all of you because kids are petri dishes. Even being, vaccinated and protected, they're carrying all that stuff. They're spreading it all over. Oh,
I know,
little baby. Oh my God.
I just think
something so easily prevented.
Just on Father's Day, the nephew I was just talking about was picking his nose and eating it, and everyone was going, "Ew, don't do that!" And he would go, "Yummy!" And he would go, "No, that's disgusting." And then he would go again, and it was like,
like a little brat on the elevator. He's like licking the buttons. You know how many hands and probably asses have been on that?
Yeah, he really is at that age too, where they're like, hey, don't lick that, and it's like, stop it. But yeah, that's awful. Yeah, I feel like I would.
Family turmoil that I personally would not be able to get over.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like,
oh man, knowing that like your baby did that to a baby. Whether consciously or unconsciously, like, oh my heart. Because those kids don't know any better. They had no idea. That's all on the parent.
Yeah, that's. My gosh.
That doesn't make me choke up. Oh
my gosh, yeah. So, God, these are.
Yeah, how brutal are the comments?
So, I mean, honestly, a lot of the comments are like, it's just like, I'm sending so much compassion your way. I am a psychologist, but I'm not your psychologist. I definitely echo that you should seek out counseling from a registered psychologist to support you and your family at this process. You are in acute grief right now, and all of your feelings are normal and valid. The tragic loss of a child is complex enough, let alone involving the dynamics that your situation entails. I hope this response to this post allows you to feel the support of a caring community, but as for advice, that is definitely something beyond what Reddit can offer. And then like, my God, this is heartbreaking. I have no idea either. I'm so sorry this happened, and I wish you and your daughter a lot of strength. How is this not an immediate no contact situation? Because there are kids involved, that's why. I mean, not only is it her kid, but like their kids.
Yeah, their children. Oh,
because like I mean, how do you explain? Because I mean, eventually, those kids are gonna find that out,
right? Those kids are gonna grow up and
yeah, like, hey, why is everyone's relationship so strange? Oh, well, your daddy didn't get you a vaccination, and
right, something as simple as the whooping cough. Oh.
Well, and I mean, it's not just for like, I mean, well, she did say the baby was compromised already and wasn't able to get shots, so that's a problem.
But well, like, and that's how it is before the first year.
Well, and even on top of that, like, there are people who are compromised who can't get certain shots, like Brett. Brett can't do.
Yeah, a lot
like,
of
he's
them
not allowed to get live vaccines
and things like that in them, and allergies.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It's super weird. They're like, oh, egg allergy. You can't have any of these shots.
Yeah, and
put eggs in the
shot. Maybe we're the chickens. Oh, you never told me the chicken.
Oh my God. It's like a double combo chicken trust issue. So I'm like, okay, there's like 15 minutes left of this chicken I put on the grill. JJ looks like he's gonna fall asleep. I'm like, don't burn the chicken. Like, all you have to do is just take it off. You just get to take it out. I look out the window. There's a chicken stalking my chicken on the ground.
Oh my God.
I get you're a cannibal, but come on. That was probably like your cousin.
I thought it was a live chicken from the get-go, so I was like, I wonder what could be happening.
It could be anything. Yeah, so it was a trust issue of didn't trust JJ to not burn that chicken. And then I didn't trust that other chicken not burn his ass to go up there to get the chicken. The animals were wild in the last 24 hours. Bear got in to the neighbor's shed.
Oh, God.
In the middle of the night. And like all the dogs were acting crazy. Like cows were acting, making weird sounds and stuff. I'm like, something was going on, but I couldn't figure out what. And the neighbor told us about that. He saw a bear or a shed was all rifled through. And today the sheep are just doing hot laps and splitting into two groups. I'm going to go over here and scream and go over there and scream.
It's been so hot, though. Oh, my God.
So, like, I think everyone was getting a little loopy from the sun and the heat and the
it's been
rainforest
spicy.
Humidity.
Dude, I was just telling you, like, because I have this problem. I don't remember what kind of bottled water we have at work right now, but I don't like it. It's my problem, and I'm picky. So, like, I drank water today, but it's because I brought my own bottled water, so I drank it today. But yesterday, on the way home,
water from home.
I literally was like, I'm like, you know, I'm feeling nauseous, kind of got a headache, like I almost feel dizzy. I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital.
A little dehydrated.
So I got some water in me, ate some food, and then drank some more water, and then went and stood outside for an hour or so because then Ethan had a baseball game. So, oh, and it was our anniversary yesterday too. So that's
a long day.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, it was crazy. It's been a long month. Okay. This one is not like tragic. Not tragic. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly. Am I the asshole for robbing my wife's affair partner, which has now led to his divorce?
Oh, Joseph.
I just found this one like 20 minutes before you got to my house. So, I, 32, have been married to my soon-to-be ex-wife, 30, Madison, for 4 years. We are currently in counseling, but it is not going to work. About a year ago, I found out she was having an affair by coming home to their clothes in our living room and sounds coming from our bedroom. I lost it. I was getting my cricket bat out of the front closet, like the
the cricket bat, those big wide ones. Oh my God.
Out of the front closet when I stopped to think about the consequences. I don't want to go to jail. I instead took all their clothes and left quietly. I went to a friend's house, but not before throwing all the clothes in McDonald's garbage can. Okay. I turned off my phone and got shit-faced with my buddy. My wife hosed us off in the morning, or his wife hosed us off in the morning. Okay. After I turned my phone back on, I had dozens of calls and texts from Madison. At first scared because she got my updated flight information. Then upset that I hadn't called to let her know I was going to be coming home early. Oh,
you're upset.
Oh, this is getting so. I literally
early, so I didn't get busted fucking somebody else in your room. What?
I saw the title of this one and I was like, done. So this is all blind for me too. So okay, wait. Crazy because she figured out it was me. Or wait. First scared because she got my updated flight information, then upset that I hadn't called her to let her know I was going to be coming home early, then freaked out that the house had been broken into, then crazy because she figured out it was me, then they just got more deranged. The guy this is comical. The guy she was with is 5 inches shorter than me and about 60 pounds lighter, so if he had taken my clothes, it would be too obvious. He ended up calling his friend to go get his spare keys from his house. Unfortunately for him, his wife smelled a rat and followed his friend back to my house.
Smell a rat.
Where she saw him leaving in oversized clothes. Long story short, she took pictures and she had evidence of his infidelity, which caused their prenup to be canceled, which cost him a lot of money, and it's all one big giant shit show. It took a couple of months, but my wife convinced me to try and forgive her. We started going to counseling and we were working our way through it until recently. In a counseling session, she said that I was wrong to steal his wallet, phone, and car keys. She said that his divorce is costing him a lot of money and that I should have dealt with it in a more mature manner and that it was my fault. I have never admitted to taking his stuff. To begin with, I was afraid he might call the cops. Then I didn't want to give her ammunition in case she wanted a divorce. Now I just don't care. I told her that cheating was the reason her boyfriend is getting divorced and that I hope his ex takes everything. I am still not living at home. I have my own apartment and I'm filing for divorce. Now that I know how she feels, it is kind of a slap in the face that she is blaming me for his divorce.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
That was a ride. Whoa. That was a good one. So
no, he's not an asshole. She's a royal.
So it's the first comment is the fact that she's tried to blame his divorce on you and not the fact they had an affair says a lot about her.
Right. Your whole agreement to your prenup.
And
pay so much. Wow.
So I think what's extra funny to me about this is that I literally, when I first saw it, I read the title and I read the first comment and I was like, sold. We're taking it. And then that just got...
It's juicier.
Yeah. It was... Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just left that... or wait... So, okay, so this one says, I don't like to fake claim on these stories in case it hurts a real person, but that detail and the weird order of events, wife somehow realized he'd gotten off work early before she realized our clothes were gone, has me mysteriously doubting that one.
We had an investigator in there and hit the timeline?
Yeah, so, and it sounds like she's still in full contact with the affair partner, and either the OP or therapist made no big deal about that. And then it said, this person commented and said, I don't know, get done porking, roll over and check phone, notice the flight changes, and send first text while AP panic sprints to the clothes. And then the clothing deficiency is noticed in the text change. I could see it working out in that
timeline.
Yeah, like I think it, yeah. So
freaking balls.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Oh. Should be offended that you're costing him a lot of money because of that.
Well, it's affecting her too. It's not just him being affected, it's also affecting her and her future.
Right,
I'm
supposed to be getting those paychecks. Looking forward to the prenup checks.
Yeah, well, because you know what was actually happening is that she was waiting for them to get divorced so that the prenup would go through. And yeah, so
fat check.
Especially, it really sounds like it was almost already it almost sounds like they were already divorcing. If the wife was like, I'm coming to take pictures of whatever's going on here. Like, what do you mean someone's coming to our house to get clothes?
Sneaky, yeah.
So,
oh boy. And these people are in their 30s, acting like children.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so this one I didn't read much of this one, so Is tapas like another name for appetizers? Is that like slang?
What?
It says meet up for drinks and tapas. I don't know.
Is that you're trying to spell tacos?
I don't know. Let's see what. Okay, so
some type of food I don't know about. Tacos.
Am I the asshole for leaving my best friend at the bar after she grabbed my plate and refused to give it back until I apologized? I saw this and was like, I don't know what is going on here, but I would be pissed if someone touched my fucking plate. I would be like, excuse me? Yeah.
Actually, matter of fact, me and my husband got into a fight over a handful of French fries.
Dude, so when I was, this should have been my first red flag when I was with John. I went out to eat with him and like his mom and his aunt. I should have known. The whole thing was bad. It was crazy. But he took his garlic bread and he used his garlic bread to clean up like the excess sauce from my ravioli on my plate. And I was like,
get off of my plate.
What just happened? And then like I never addressed it. I was just like,
get off my plate.
I couldn't even
if I'm not eating.
I was flat. I would think I was so frustrated because I was thinking to myself, you know what? I got my own fucking garlic bread.
I haven't even touched it.
I haven't even touched my garlic bread yet. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. And like then I remember too after like the whole thing like break up and then it was crazy and I told my mom about that and she was just like, "Oh, somebody touched your food?" And I'm like,
"Yeah."
Because like I remember like even like if my mom were to like joke when I was a kid, it would be like I'm gonna stab somebody with my fork. I was just nuts. Okay, so let's see who is the real asshole here. My friend, 24 female, and I, 24 female. I think that my gut just took a screenshot. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so my friend, 24 female, and I, 24 female, have been friends for over 4 years. We'll call her Mia. This incident happened towards the end of February this year. Mia and I had decided to meet up for drinks and tapas. I was going to look that up, and I decided not to. So, to catch up, and after we hadn't seen each other since the beginning of January. Everything was going well on the girls' day out until Mia started getting tipsy. I had shown her a picture of the Valentine's Day setup my boyfriend had done for me 2 weeks prior. I don't really post on socials anymore, so this was her first time seeing it. Her whole body aura completely changed. The conversation started getting confrontational, and Mia asked why I had not been checking up on her and how I had been putting our friendship on the back burner. Oh. She accused me of not being able to balance a boyfriend and my friendships. Oh my God. To add more context, when I had seen Mia in January, it was during her stay at a mental health center. She had mentioned needing a breather, so I picked her up from the facilities and we spent a day by the beach. After this day, our WhatsApp conversations were sparse with me checking if she was all right and vice versa. Early February, I had familial issues and was dealing with and completely went quiet completely quiet on all my acquaintances and friends. This was excluding my boyfriend, who I was basically living with at this point. I'm guessing she saw the Valentine's Day pictures and thought clearly you two were present enough to celebrate that. Back to the girls' day out. Her mood is now completely flipped. She grabs a plate of food I'm eating and says, "You're not getting this until you explain why you abandoned me." Mind you, the people around us at the bar are looking at us now. I tell her this is very immature, send her my portion of the bill, and leave. She calls me multiple times after I leave text asking what's up. She eventually sends a text a couple days later apologizing for her behavior. I guess my mistake was responding to the text 4 days later accepting the apology because we have not spoke since.
Clearly that friend was not mentally stable enough to go out for that outing. It's only been a month and she was in a psychiatric.
Yes.
And then the friend kind of had a little similar.
Yeah, why are you drinking?
Bang. You were definitely on some medications if you were
yeah, so you're probably got a pretty bit. Does it say how long she was in?
I said something about in January.
Yeah, she saw her in January during her stay at the facility, and then this was towards the end. This incident was towards the end of February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mental states for me definitely last a couple more weeks of that.
So
that was a trigger. She's probably, not in a relationship.
Yeah. So, well, and I mean, Valentine's Day is a touchy subject for some people.
Yeah.
It's probably a little weird for you because it's your anniversary.
I get double.
You're like, fuck Valentine's Day.
I still am like that, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's my wedding anniversary. Oh, just so my husband doesn't forget.
Hey, man. I mean, it works. So my grandma got married on Valentine's too, actually.
My in-laws, what everybody wanted to do. They wanted me to get married on Christmas. Like, you guys are crazy, no? And I was pregnant at the time. I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, you're probably like, you mean in the month that everybody already forgets about my birthday?
Bingo. Exactly.
What the hell?
That brings me a birthday present anyway. Like, come on. You're just like, happy anniversary. Added under the tree.
So, this was only posted 14 hours ago.
Oh, it's a freshie.
So, okay. I will say, when I first read the part where it says, I tell her this is immature, send her my portion of the bill, and then leave. I thought, when I first read that, I initially, like, in my brain was like, you're making her pay for your food. But you know what, though? Honestly, bitch.
She said she paid for her portion.
Yeah, she did pay for her portion of the bill.
That'd have been kind of a response, I would.
Yeah. So at first I thought she was saying, like, she just walked out and, like, didn't pay nothing. And I was like, that's a little spicy. But the fact that you paid for your meal after she took it out of your fucking hands and didn't give it back?
Right. Go you for not being an asshole.
So, not the asshole, and I wouldn't have sent her the money for the food, but I have a huge problem with people taking food from me while I'm eating. This was an over-the-top reaction from Mia. It was an over-the-top reaction, but I mean, she took a...
She wasn't
she just took a break at the mental facility, so,
for an outing.
Give her... Oh, I mean...
Yeah, I would definitely give some grace on the mental capacity.
I think that she did a pretty good job.
Triggers and stuff. That's to be out drinking, Valentine's, loneliness, the whole. That's a lot.
I just also like
for a mental episode to happen.
Mia and I had decided to meet up for drinks. I think that you are the asshole if you instigated the drinks part. Because, like, I mean, obviously I don't drink. But even if I was, like, an avid drinker and I was going out to eat with somebody who was fresh out of probably really anything, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like, hey, you just got out of rehab. You want to go have a drink down at the bar?
Right.
Like, no.
Got your chip at the AA. Let's go have a celebration drink.
Yeah, right? Like, no, it's okay. We'll just go to the bar, get NAs. Like... My gosh, that's crazy.
Shitty friend.
Yeah, I think that it was handled pretty well, actually, considering she paid. I mean,
yeah, that was a good exit.
Yeah,
that's a good exit.
So no, so the initial question is, was I the asshole for leaving my best friend at the bar? No. You were not, because she took your fucking food. You were pretty nice, actually, about paying for that food, because you didn't take it home, and it sounds like you didn't even get to finish it. Okay.
We're an asshole for wanting to go out for drinks with your mentally unstable
friend.
You're
right. Yeah, we did forget about that. That was not cool. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and do this one. This one is 3 months old. I also found this one just a little bit ago. This one, I wasn't sure how to feel about this one. It was pretty spicy. I like watching. Have you ever watched Botched?
Yes.
God, I love Botched.
Frightening. I love it.
It is. So you might know some of these terms then. Am I the asshole for being truthful and admitting that I find my wife unattractive after her surgery?
Ooh.
Right. My wife had plastic surgery recently. We had discussed it, and I was against it. It was not my decision, and ultimately, I had no say. She looks weird now.
She looks weird now.
She had the fat sucked out of her face, lip fillers, a neck lift, other stuff I don't really get. She gives me uncanny valley vibes right now. It really freaks me out. She's fully healed now and she wants us to go back to normal, like me initiating sex. I have done so, but not as much as I used to, and when I do, I try and make sure there is very little light.
Oh my god. This is brutal already.
It's funny because I read this one earlier. I had to.
Yeah.
It's been a few months and I kind of dread having to look at her. Obviously, she's noticed. She's been bugging me to tell her what's up. I've tried telling her I'm just tired from work or that I'm run down, really anything except for the truth. She broke down and asked me if I was having an affair. I said that I wasn't. She asked to look at my phone. I unlocked it for her and handed it over. I wasn't worried about her finding anything because there's nothing to find. She spent an hour looking through it and found nothing. She asked me to explain why I changed. I tried explaining that I just wasn't interested in right now. Nothing I said was good enough for her. She kept digging. I finally told the truth. I wasn't harsh or brutally honest. I just told her that her new face wasn't something I found attractive and that I was turned off. She asked me that if that's why I turn off all the lights now. I said yes. She started crying and said that she needed time alone. She went to stay with her sister. I have been called every name in the book since this happened. Her sister said I'm a piece of shit for insulting my wife's looks. Her friends all think I'm the asshole. I tried not to say anything. I can't force myself to find her attractive. I still love her, but her face is just weird now. She looks like the blue alien from The Fifth Element. I don't think
that description was cold.
I don't think I did not read that part.
I had a visual. What's a blue alien?
So, and then it says down here, oh god, if she did the buccal fat remover, I totally feel you. It makes people look so freaky. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing I couldn't remember.
That's the one I couldn't remember. The buccal fat sucker out of my face.
So,
oh my goodness. Oh, that's a hard. Gosh, the probably emotional damage she already put herself through to change your whole ass face.
That is too true. It turns people into Skeletor or handsome Squidward.
Oh no. Oh crap.
That was beautiful. So is he the asshole for being truthful? I mean, she was pestering the shit out of him.
Yeah, I'm glad he got the truth out. She already knew. I mean,
yeah, like it. I mean, really, it kind of.
You don't have the lights on. Yes. Oh, it's harsh. But yeah,
how you say it nicely though,
completely.
Like. Yeah, like you know, like I don't know. I mean, it's hard because like, how do you tell? Like, I just don't understand how you would say it because it's like, look, I thought you were beautiful beforehand, and I understand that you wanted to have these surgeries because you didn't feel beautiful, but unfortunately, that made me think that you aren't beautiful, and it's not like that was like the intention of the surgery. It's not like it's not, I guarantee, it doesn't sound like the whole time he was like, don't do that because I'm going to hate your face. Yeah. Sounds like he was fully supportive and probably took care of her and then was kind of like, oh no.
Yeah, like that's a super hard one where it's like, yeah, I was in love with you. Now it's not you.
That's got to be, I mean, oh.
And you didn't love yourself, but now you love yourself because it's not you.
I feel like that's a lot to have at once, too. It just seems like a
very
lot.
abrupt change.
Yeah.
Full face. That's. And people don't do well with change anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay, wait. So, I think that we read this one, actually. Wait. This is the one where the dad wanted to hang out with the kids.
Oh.
Until his kid was born or something like that. Okay, wait.
I just seen that.
The one I just clicked on?
Yep. That one looks juicy.
It's a little long, but we'll see. This one's actually 5 years old. So, I, 25 male, accidentally cheated on my girlfriend, 23 male, of 2 years with her identical twin sister. I don't know what to do now. I want to preface this post by stating that I never imagined myself capable of intentionally or unintentionally cheating on my girlfriend, but I guess I wouldn't be making this post if it were true. To start this all off, I've been dating my current girlfriend for the past 2 years, but I've been close friends with her for around 3.5 years. I don't know why I said it like that. So I consider our relationship to be very strong. Ever since I've met her and her twin sister, it's been very difficult for me to distinguish them apart because they look so incredibly identical. And on top of that, I have an extremely hard time recognizing faces of people that I know well to begin with. I think I may just have an undiagnosed prosopagnosia.
That one's a mile long.
Or a similar condition.
I slaughtered that one. It's way better than I would have done it.
I'm probably going to do a lot of word slaughtering in this, let's be honest. I mean, not just in this one, just like in general. So, I'm not trying to make an excuse for what happened. I'm going to describe what led up to the event now. 2 days ago, I went to the bar with my girlfriend, her sister, and an assorted mix of both my friends and my girlfriend's friends. Every single one of us got way drunker than usual to celebrate the rare occasion where we can all hang out. I spent the night socializing with my girlfriend and my friends, not really interacting with the twin sister too much as she was preoccupied with other people in the bar. I should mention now that my girlfriend and her sister wore very similar outfits as they like to do when they went out together. I feel like that's just rude. You know, like I don't got a twin, but Megan and I got dressed in a lot of the same stuff when we were kids, and I fucking hated it so much. I hated it so much. It was so frustrating to me because it was always really, really girly stuff. So then eventually I was able to at least they do pink and blue, and then I could get blue.
Get the blue side of it.
And then I could at least be like, okay.
The shit into the stick with flowers and frillies and pinks.
I remember one time we had these cute little outfits. It was like a belly shirt and like a little skirt, and they were plaid, and Megan's was pink and mine was blue. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to wear this. And my mom is probably like, oh my God, like, why are you buying my daughter nothing? Why are you putting skirts on her? Because it didn't matter how much my mom told me, you got to sit with your legs crossed, or, you got to sit this way and that way so that people can't see stuff. And like, I didn't care. I just was doing whatever I wanted, but what little kid isn't? They're busy.
Problem with dresses, like
I know, I'm terrible. But honestly, at this point, like usually I usually always have shorts on. Like if I'm in a dress, I always have shorts on underneath. But like I got thighs, man. Like, although they do make Friction Defense, which is like a deodorant stick, and it's like a I don't know, you can put it on your thighs and then you don't get like heat rash. But I just wear I'll wear like boxers mostly, because boxers, like the spandex ones, are long and tight and
boxer brief style ones.
Yeah, they're like
shorts, like bicycling shorts.
Yeah, like Spanx, but like men's.
So comfy.
Yeah.
Not a torture system.
Okay. God, we haven't even gotten to the cheating part. So
yeah,
we're all having a great time for a few hours. When I went to the bathroom to try and sober up, didn't work.
Didn't work.
And when I returned to the bar, I couldn't find my girlfriend where I left her. Next morning, I checked my text and saw a message about how she was feeling sick and took a cab home while I was in the bathroom. I don't know how I didn't see the text earlier, or why I didn't worry about how she didn't tell me where she was going in person, but I guess I can chalk that up to us being completely plastered. I don't even know how she managed to gather her things and leave during what feels like the very short amount of time I was in the bathroom, but that's something I can try and figure out after I resolve this. So anyways, my memory after going to the bathroom was pretty hazy, but I can recall spending the rest of the night talking and flirting with what I assumed was my girlfriend and taking the cab home with her to my apartment when the bar was starting to empty out. One thing I remembered is that me and my girlfriend's sister were last out of our group to leave the bar. Oh, okay. So you, at that point in time, you knew it was not your girlfriend. Okay. Just sorry. That was a brain.
I was confused on that part too because I was like, wait a minute, you didn't know the whole time it was your girlfriend, but recapping now knew it wasn't. Oh, that one's confusing.
I don't know. Okay. I woke up the next morning with no recollection of what had happened after leaving the bar and assumed nothing was wrong. But when I checked my unread texts and saw my actual girlfriend left the bar early, and after checking around my bedroom, I found my clothes on the floor and 2 condoms in the garbage that I am 100% certain weren't there before I went to the bar. Feeling pretty shitty and honestly terrified of what could have happened, I texted my girlfriend's sister about what really happened that night, and although I can't post external links in this subreddit, I'll copy her response here and link the image in the comments. Oh, okay. We hooked up in your apartment after we left the bar. You were acting like you were into me the whole night, and I've always been into you. And then text 2 says, I left early in the morning because I felt guilty about what I did to my sister, but I don't regret what happened between us. Please don't tell girlfriend's name what we did. I have no idea what to do because I feel like I violated my girlfriend's trust of me. I also feel like my girlfriend's sister took advantage of me because anyone who knows the relationship between myself and my girlfriend knows neither one of us would knowingly cheat on the other. I'm looking for any kind of advice as to what to do because I'm at a complete loss. You better call your girlfriend up right now and fucking... You got pictures for Reddit, so you better got pictures for her too. Because she needs
sister's a bitch.
Yeah.
Your sister pulled a sly one.
Yeah, that is crazy. So, okay, so let's act like the alcohol doesn't get rid of consent because legally, I guess, I don't know about everywhere, but at least in Michigan, legally, if you are drunk, you are not allowed to consent.
Incapacitated to
so that's right. For you to be so drunk that you don't remember, and then also for her to say you were acting like you were into me the whole night.
Thought it was your girlfriend.
Yeah, he was so fucking drunk he probably didn't even remember. And
clearly thought it was girlfriend who is the twin sister wearing similar outfit, identical twin sister with identical outfits.
So now like I'm also there needs to be okay, so if right here it says if your sister actively led you or if her sister actively led you to believe that she was your girlfriend, she kind of threw the idea of consent out the window. That's incredibly fucked up on her part, and you should try not to hide it from your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then someone said, wouldn't that technically be rape? Yeah, then. Yeah.
Yes.
And
impersonating someone and like, oh my god.
You know what's actually really crazy is I think that I heard this in my Reddit stories today that I listened to. I don't know. That's so weird. This is weird. I'm having like deja vu or something. Yeah, so unable to consent if he was drunk enough. Rape by deception? Is that a thing?
Sounds legit when you have a identical twin sister pretends to be friend. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you need to call your girlfriend right now. Don't even call her. Send her screenshots of the text message.
Ooh, excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
I'm allergic to his bullshit.
That was good.
It just fell out.
Okay,
oh my goodness.
So I think we're gonna do this one because I remember I didn't read this. This one was. This one's from one day ago. This one's also a true off my chest. So this is like a confession, kind of, rather than like a am I the asshole? So
pouring a heart out chest.
I don't even know. This one seems bad. This one's real bad. Should we do it? I don't know.
Started off ripping our hearts out, so
I guess, yeah, you're right. I want to leave my 3 mentally ill children from my prior marriage with their father. I am overwhelmed. Your reaction.
I can't breathe.
It's bad. I told you it's bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to leave my 3 mentally disabled children from my past marriage with their bio dad. I am overwhelmed. I am 36. I am a terrible narc, and in this relationship. Okay, so, or no, I married it. Okay, I was so confused. I'm like, wow,
terrible narc.
I'm like, I don't think you are, because that's the first step. Is
right? You just admitted that you didn't.
Yeah,
you can't.
I am married a terrible narc. Why it's so confusing to me that it says narc, like it's
like
narc.
A narcissist.
Yeah,
or?
Narcissist
Okay.
is what it's supposed to be, but like that's what it's like.
Or
that's how they abbreviate it, but it really honestly confuses me. Yeah, right.
Like
I'm like, are you not?
Yeah.
From
some
one
bag on a corner.
Yeah, so I married a terrible narcissist, and in this relationship from 17 to 30 years of age, I had 4 children. I regret it deeply. Oh, God. I didn't.
Are mentally ill.
I didn't at the time until I grew up and realized how abused and controlled I was from the narcissist who was also a porn addict. Our encounters were so infrequent, I laughed at needing birth control a few times. If it would be years apart. I accept responsibility that they were born, but they all turned out to be like their father. Their father has ADHD, and his parent, mother, is severely mentally ill. Oh, this is Marty. I'm spicy.
Mm-hmm.
My son is almost 18 now, has Asperger's autism, and beats up his room over video games. He has choked me and hit me and shoved me around while I try to talk to him about the violence from the games. He is homosexual and very withdrawn socially. He makes you think he would become the next shooter. Oh my God. Yikes. He scares me, to be honest. His father won't help me with getting him into counseling, and he shrugs off his attacks, and even once said I deserved it for opening his door while he was raging on a video game to try and calm him down and make sure he wasn't hurting himself or anything else. He slams holes in his walls at times. My 15-year-old has a learning disability and a low-end IQ. She doesn't clean her room up, is a slob, and she steals anything from me that she can take, from jewelry, clothing, makeup, to even my snacks I try to keep for myself, which consists of fizzy water. The only thing I covet is my fizzy waters and body armors, and she takes everything. I have to lock my doors. She causes trouble at school and with boys. She has been to a mental hospital for how she's spoken to a school counselor. She's had us investigated because she does terrible crap on her phone. How do you get investigated? I mean, I guess
these kids in the media shit. Oof.
Man, that's wild. She has an IEP, but she sees no value in school. My 11-year-old has ADHD. She doesn't stop talking and she can't sit still. She is sweeter and the most easiest to get along with. I am thankful for her, except she can have her streaks, but she's tolerable. She doesn't do much bad, but she can overeat if she is bored, and I have to watch everything I keep in the home, as she's in the 98th percentile for her height and weight. This is manageable, and she enjoys sports. If it weren't for her, this would be an utter purgatory, and I feel bad for her. Her older sister is very abusive to her and hits her and screams obscenely at her. She is immature for her age and can draw on herself and on the walls, etc., but she has a chance. I have her on a 504 plan at school.
The oldest daughter is the one that's not mentally ill. Fighting with the youngest?
She's got the 15-year-old daughter has a learning disability. Doesn't, and low-end IQ is what it says. My 9-year-old has autism and ADHD. He is high functioning, but today at the doctor's office started sucking and biting himself over a routine change. He is very hard to handle. He is trying to always leave the home. He says everyone hates him. He's violent and tries to break things. He is all around difficult and highly destructive and unstable. We've been getting some help and wins with the school. He will finally get a special education in his upcoming school year, and I've been fighting to get him into ABA and on Social Security. He has a speech issue also. It's just overwhelming. Before my children were really noticeable as mentally unwell, when I was 30, I entered a new marriage. We had a family despite me having kids already. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old and a newborn girl. I don't, this is, oh my gosh, this is a disaster.
Yes.
They have to grow up in this BS with these mentally ill kids. The autistic 9-year-old attacks my toddler, even if he doesn't like what he is doing, or he gouges my 5-year-old. He's very violent. The older 2 teens are intimidating, and the 17-year-old even calls my new baby a B word sometimes. The father of my first 4 children desires to stream video games and ignores his children and their needs. He has little help. Put this all on me. My husband and I live at doctors and therapists. We take the 15-year-old twice a week to allergy shots. We take the 11-year-old to the orthodontist. She has a skeletal jaw deformity requiring braces. We take the 8-year-old to therapy, and my husband had to camp outside the mental hospital when the 15-year-old was an outpatient. Her therapy was 6 hours a day, but the commute to the only facility there was 2 hours away, so it was easier to camp. Their father does little to nothing. I want to send the father his 3 children. I'll keep the 11-year-old. I want to send him the other ones, especially the 9-year-old son with autism. I can't handle him, especially, and I feel like I'm hurting my other kids and their lives and development by all of this mental illness the other kids have. My other kids, normal, developed, and there is no doubt about this, they are like night and day. There were no speech delays. They were playing well, and they have interest and enjoy things. My other kids were never normal kids. I do feel bad for them, but I feel worse for my youngest who are growing up in this nightmare. Some days my husband and I can't even work. We are so wound up in doctors for these other kids. We have become slaves in a way to their care and constant maintenance. They do not clean, and they ruin and destroy my home to the point where I've gotten rid about everything besides very basic things. It's no way to live. I know I'm terrible for wanting to leave and to send them off to their dad for good, but I can't live like this much longer. I can't hold it together.
Yeah, like, oh, this woman needs a team, a whole team.
So, the first comment is, why are you letting the 15-year-old abuse the 9-year-old? Tell her next time she hits her, you're calling the police, then do it. Which,
yeah, that's a dangerous situation to have, and whether you be high-functioning mental problems, but the physical abuse of it and danger is just...
So, okay, so now I'm wondering...
other children in danger.
I'm also wondering, so when you have a child that has a diagnosis, like something like autism, there's got to be some kind of, okay, so when I was a home health aide, I had to do this crisis counseling class where I was certified to deal with crisis situations, and it would be so I helped a lot of people with special needs, and there was this one person that I helped who often would hit herself if she didn't get her way, or
common symptom for a lot of mental illnesses.
Yeah, and so it was I can't even, it was very interesting, because basically what it was is I learned how to deal with how do you stop someone from hitting themselves without physically doing it, because I was dealing with people who were full grown adults who were older than me. Oh shit. Whoops. But so I was dealing with people who were full grown adults, and you can't just at least if a kid's doing something, you can kind of hey, stop doing that, don't hate yourself, but you can't just
physically overpower a person.
Yeah, and some people in general you can't do that, but then if you, depending on for me, it was because I was working, but I wasn't allowed to do something like that. I wasn't allowed to be hey, don't hit yourself. It was hey, can maybe let's not do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't, oh my goodness.
I feel I understand. Clearly there's some burnout happening, yes. But I feel there needs to be some things that need to be addressed. Something that needs to be handled is I mean, obviously, you need to be going to therapy for yourself. You clearly don't have the time for it, but you need to figure it out.
Yeah, it needs to be some self-time on there, but yeah, it absolutely needs a lot more outsource resources.
Yeah,
No
so
one can
I
handle
feel like
that much.
I also feel like
needs of every individual.
well, and when you have like a special needs person, I feel like in general, like when you go to the doctor and they have their appointment, they kind of do have like a care team, or maybe
right,
like talk to like for like literally what I did was home health aid. So maybe see if you're able to do something like that, because some places will, you know, have grants for people who have disorders and stuff, so that you can just go and help somebody and make sure like there's respite care. Like I used to do respite care
aids for that, like that child's personal aid.
Yeah, so I used to do respite care for an older couple, and like the couple, it was respite care for the husband because the wife had dementia and she wasn't in a nursing home yet. So I would go there and I would pay attention, watch her, and you know, we'd watch Friends reruns and eat Cheerios, and she'd go around the circle, and then I'd make sure that the pool noodles were still on the corners of the tables because she'd knock them off because she always hit them. And he would go and he'd, you know, have lunch with his kids and take a break and get a breather where he's not having to
getting burnt out.
Yeah, deal with this. I mean, I know that it's not cheap, but at the same time, I feel like if you've got this many kids with this many disorders in your family, there's got to be like
there's got to be resources out there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's rough. That was.
Yeah,
I mean,
my heart hurts.
Yeah.
For her, because of the burnout of it, that's so much to handle for one person.
So, should we just do this last little? This one's really, really short. This one made me laugh. I hope it makes you laugh too. Maybe I'm terrible for laughing, but we'll have this. Yeah, we'll end with this one. So, I also was laughing really hard because of the comments. So we'll go through the comments too. This is a confession. That might have been me.
I know, my hair touched it. It just made it squeaking.
So. Okay. I scratched a child and I blamed it on another child. Okay. I used to be a preschool teacher.
This sounds like a preschool incident.
One day, in breaking up two toddlers fighting, I scratched one of them just below the eye. Nothing serious. He started crying. My co-teacher came over to see what was going on and asked the crying kid. He said he was fighting with the girl. I said she must have scratched him. She got in trouble. It was me and my pretty nails.
My pretty nails. Oh my God.
I scratched Hugo the child. Sorry, Hugo.
Oh, poor Hugo. You have pretty nails. Because my nails were too long and I couldn't do the accent.
I know. Report. As soon as I read Pretty Nails, I thought of like the Gems or something. Something
dangly ones are like
something clunky, something clunky on them that sliced them or something like that.
Sorry, it's my big old round.
You know. You know what? My mom's ring used to cut me all the time, like her wedding ring, and it's like it's not like it's like the settings would slice you or something. I don't know. It's really it's tiny, but like she'd like walk, like I'd be going up the stairs, she'd be coming down and like slice me. I'm like, so Hugo's dad is gonna read this and sue the piss out of you. Hugo's dad is in China, so doubtful. Reddit is blocked there. And then it says, I'm reading this in China now, and I'm telling.
And I'm telling. Yes, comments are gold.
Of course, there are VPNs to get around it. Don't tell on me. I'm telling the CCP on you, mister. +1 social credit. I'm reading this in China right now. Someone tell Hugo's dad quick. I'm actually Hugo's lawyer. I'm Hugo, and when my father hears of this...
Hugo chimes in. there from preschool. That bitch scratched me in the eye. Bedazzled with the jewel nails.
So yeah, that one made me laugh really hard.
That's fantastic.
So
I just didn't want to fill out the paperwork of the incident report. Their nails were too long.
You know, I probably would have did
and
it
that's
too.
What's wrong. We got people like that working in our schools. Kids.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So
they're doomed from the get.
Maybe that's the name of the episode, eh?
Doomed from the get.
I was just gonna ask you, what do I mean, I kind of.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's all pretty bad. Trigger warning the whole episode.
Yeah. From the get.
Yeah, I think that's it. Fucking send it. Well,
ripping hearts out one episode at a time. Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Okay. I don't know. I'll have to. Man, I found a wholesome pranks page too, so that's gonna be interesting.
Fun.
We'll have to do a pranks one at some point.
Fun.
Yeah, it'll be. You must be
Mr. Picture.
Yeah. That's from Vinny's.
Little winter seal.
So I think that that was a pretty brutal episode.
Yeah, there's some deep shit in the couple.
Yeah. You know, it's because a lot of them were confessions though. A lot of the confessions ones are always they're always rough,
a little
man.
deeper there.
There's a couple stories that I eventually want to get into too. Like there's a coconut story. Some people will know what the coconut story is. Some people will not know. I have to find it. I don't even know if it's I'm gonna have to probably really search for it because they might have deleted it. I don't know. It's bad. I listened to that one while I was driving and I almost got sick in the car, honestly.
Bro.
Yeah, it was. There's been 2 or 3 different stories from the 2 hot takes that I have heard that there was one when I was working that I was like, I'm gonna have to take my fucking mask off. I'm literally physically gonna get sick right now. It was so bad. It was incest, something bad.
Oh.
It was rough. And it was so spicy. But yeah, so we'll have to do the coconut story eventually. That'll just probably be a really, really, really bad episode maybe. Or I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
Full blacklisted episode.
Blacklisted. This episode got us monetized. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.